Okay. All right. You all move through. Bonk, bonk, bonk. And suddenly, the noise that was faint on this side of the door is much louder. And what you see here appears to be a massive coliseum. There are droves of goblins lining the stands. The stands are 15 feet, I believe, above the base floor, the combat floor, as it were, where there are other gorgons with hobgoblins mounted riding on them, armed with crossbows, or perhaps longbows? Some sort of bow. A longbow. They are firing at one another, and in fact, there are 2 gorgons and riders who have already perished. The goblins, we're gonna zoom in on what those look like. They are all decked out in cool attire, wearing foam hands, waving flags and banners, chanting through vuvuzelas, shouting the names of the Sandman and the Butcher. I would like to give credit for these goblin crowd art to Yeska Art, who is a very good friend of mine. And as you all enter the arena, the hobgoblins eye you, and several of members of the crowd, probably opposite of you, who can see you clearly. Let me fix camera view. Some members of the crowd on the opposite side, they're looking at you and they're pointing and shouting, and then suddenly the goblin crowds right around you are like looking down over the ledge and like shouting like, "Hey, who are you?" And the hobgoblins pull on the leads of their gorgons, and they both turn to face you, and the gorgons begin to charge. So let's re-roll combat initiative. All right, Emmett, Marty, George, and we need Boff to roll initiative.
I believe I did. I got a 9.
Oh, okay.
Might not
sure?
have clicked on your token.
Yeah, that's okay. We'll use the 9. Give me one sec. Okay. All right. As usual, Marty, you go first.
Marty will scream out, announcing to the arena the arrival of Team Hill Valley. And then I will, let's see here, checking distance real quick. Yep, I will pull out my loot, and I'll look at this gorgon that's closest to me right over here. And I'll strum a chord, which to everybody sounds normal, but in the heart of the gorgon, it sounds screeching and terrible and wrong. And I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers at first level.
Can you tell me what your target was again?
The gorgon, right here.
Okay. Dissonant Whispers.
It is a DC 14 Wisdom save. And if he passes, he takes half damage. If he fails, he needs to use his reaction to move as far away from me as possible.
Ooh. Okay.
And he passes.
He passes. The crowd goes, "Oh!"
But he'll still take half damage.
Okay, which is 4 for psychic damage.
4 psychic damage.
Okay.
And then I think it's going to be difficult terrain to move past the octopus, right?
They cannot move past the octopus. You cannot
Alright.
move through an enemy creature's space
for-
unless.
For me to
for
move.
you. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to move just yet. I think I want to use... No, I think that's all I'm doing. I think that's my turn, and the hobgoblins are up.
Okay. The hobgoblins, they pull on the leads of their gorgons, and they begin to move forward. Let's turn this guy here. And they will move right up to here.
Oh, God.
Here we go.
Right there. We'll start with the hobgoblin on the right, who will fire at Einstein with a longbow. For a 20.
Hits.
For 2 damage.
Yes.
All right. The hobgoblin on top of the closest gorgon will fire at Copernicus with the longbow.
Hits again.
All right. 7 piercing damage.
Oh, actually does real damage.
Yeah. And the gorgon closest to you all is going to use Petrifying Breath. Can I have all of you and the octopi make DC 13 con saves?
Whew, pass. We're within 10 feet of the paladin.
Yep.
At least
Oh.
wait, not all of us are. I am.
Jaimee rocks it. Griffin
Griffin's
2.
good. All right.
Ooh.
That's
And that's your paladin. Okay.
There's also one. Is it enough for a D4? Would that make any difference? Tossing that on there?
I believe you have. Oh, right, because you have the +3 accounted for in your roll. So
Right.
yeah, you'd want to roll a D4.
Let's do top down.
All
Yes.
right.
Nice.
So you all have passed. However, your octopi friends are both
I
suffering.
believe Einstein passes with the
Oh, yeah,
paladin
the
aura,
paladin
right?
buff. Okay. So
But Copernicus does not.
I see. Good call. All right. So this gorgon has used their breath, and both hobgoblins and their gorgons have gone. All right, Emmett, y'all are literally backed up against a door in the corner of a coliseum.
All right, we're gonna do this right this time. Emmett's gonna pull out another one of those little grenade things and toss it up and over the octopi to pull out another web. And I'll just draw in this square. As
Okay.
an action.
Let me grab
webs.
my web assets again. Boop, boop. Okay. Was it like up here?
It's one square. Yep, like that.
That's it.
All right.
And then we'll use a bonus action to roll a d8 plus 4 for Temhr,
Of course.
which everyone's in range of if they need it.
Okay.
Done.
All right. That's Emmett's turn. So Boff, your turn.
Boff will try to get out of range by moving over here. And I want to measure this out exactly.
Okay.
Remember, it's difficult terrain for the octopus.
Which means that you spend 10 feet per square instead of 5.
Gotcha. So that would be 10 feet normally, or maybe 15, get there. So this is difficult terrain for these 2 squares?
Yeah, so that's 20 feet, and if you move north, that would be 25.
25. You know what? I'm going to move right north hit that 25 and strike the Gorgon that's right there.
Okay. Let me make sure I read web again in case the web matters.
It won't yet because they haven't had a time.
That's kind of strange order of operations.
Yeah, that's why I always get confused.
Okay. That will not hit.
Not hit. I have a second one, I guess. So
yes. Strike it with your bat. This one rings like a lot more true, but still it doesn't look like it has any effect.
Too bad. Is there an advantage for it being constrained with the web?
It is not restrained.
It's not restrained. They make the check on their turn.
All right, so seeing my ineffective swings of the bats, I kind of sadly look, but grimace at the Gorgon, kind of like, you know, I'll get you.
All right. The crowd was confused, and people were shouting like, "What? What's going on? Who are they?" But now they're into it because both riders have turned on you all, and they think this is awesome. So they are cheering. George.
All right. So first, I'd like to actually take a glance at the downed combatants in the center of the fray.
Yes.
Do either of them look stonified, or are they just mutilated?
One of them does appear turned to stone.
All right. Past that, I will. I'll stay back here and incur the penalties and take a archer shot on the hobgoblin riding the closest Gorgon.
Okay. Give an AC bonus.
I don't think so.
I can't imagine it's definitely for ranged attacks. It does not. I wonder for melee.
It's a 13 to hit.
That will not hit.
All right. And I will toll the dead the Gorgon that it is riding.
Yeah, so to be clear, all four, like both hobgoblins and both Gorgons are injured. Like there are signs of battle on them all. So you said the Gorgon?
The Gorgon, yes, on the closest Gorgon.
Okay. D14 wisdom save. A fail for 13 damage. Big money. Okay, and that brings us back to Marty.
Octopi.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Always
So
catching me.
Einstein will edge to the edge of the web. Copernicus is restrained, so we'll make attack at disadvantage.
Yeah.
Which is, yeah, I'm assuming a miss against the nearest Gorgon.
A 19 is a hit.
Is the Gorgon restrained? Oh, okay, it is. Okay, never mind.
Because Copernicus is turning to stone.
Okay, so this
damage.
Gorgon, is a 6.
Should be restrained by Copernicus now.
Yes. Okay.
Einstein will actually go after the other Gorgon.
Okay.
Over the web.
Oh my gosh, a 23 hits. I'm gonna move
6 and it's restrained too.
I'm gonna move the webs to the map layer so I can get at these tokens. Okay. All right.
And Copernicus needs to make his save or die.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Pass.
These are tough octopi. Oh my gosh.
Einstein and Copernicus have seen some shit.
Yeah, they're battle-worn octopi.
Okay. Unless there's anything else, we'll move on to Marty.
All right. Marty needs 1 quick second to take a look at something. All right. He is going to move up here to get within 10 feet of the paladin. I'm going to use my bonus action to give myself a bardic inspiration die.
Okay.
That is illegal, I believe. An other
I
creature
cannot?
within 60 feet of you.
Then never mind. I will not give myself a bardic inspiration. Do I need to take 5 damage for that, Apollo?
No.
Okay.
You didn't link it.
All right. And then I will cast on the Gorgon closest to us is restrained by the octopus, correct?
Correct.
Then I will cast heat metal on him at 2nd level.
On the Gorgon?
On the Gorgon. Is the Gorgon metallic?
Good question.
The token certainly leads me to believe that it is.
Also, to clarify, technically he doesn't get a saving throw.
On heat metal?
Yes, any creature in physical contact with the object. Oh, actually, no, I don't. I just don't think you can use this at all. Turns out, I choose a manufactured metal object, unless someone made these gorgons. Then they wouldn't be manufactured.
I'll let Apollo make the
Or
rule
they're
on that.
wearing armor. I have no idea.
Are you able to link me the specific text for heat metal?
Yes. Give me 1 second. There it is.
Okay, so it's not like Gorgons are machines. They are an animal, and their armor is described as natural armor. So it is. I do not believe it is not manufactured.
Okay, so do I lose the spell slot and have my spell fizzle then?
I believe so.
Okay, then my spell fizzles and that is my turn.
Okay. All right. The hobgoblins and their gorgons go. This gorgon recharges its petrified breath.
And everyone a full round of dex saving throws.
Yes. All right. We'll do the. Oh, my sheets. Where'd they go? The gorgon. Where'd my gorgon sheet go? The gorgons will make their dex save first on the left, DC 15. You said, Jaimee?
Yes, 15.
On the left, fails. On the right, passes. So this one is restrained twice. Okay. The Gorgon has recovered its breath weapon, so I do not believe it cares. It will do a 15-foot cone. And it will...
I did not need to do that.
Oh, that's fine. So it's going to go kind of like this. However, the goblin crowd, there's like a 15-foot wall separating them from the stand, so the breath will not hit this goblin crowd. So I need
con saves.
Yes, Boff, Marty, Emmett, and Copernicus need to make con saves. Jeez.
Oh, oh my god.
Copernicus.
This is a hardy party. Oh,
It is.
So while you all have been rolling really well, there have been times where that like paladin buff is really working for you. Okay.
Yeah,
And the D4, yeah.
Yeah, you all succeed. So the Gorgon used its breath. Let's do the other Gorgon who is not restrained, and we'll move down here and move towards Einstein. The Gorgon will gore Einstein.
I think, is the Gorgon restrained by Einstein?
Oh, you're right.
Yep.
It can't move. Yep. It's gonna take 5 damage for moving out of turn. And I believe it was up here.
It can make a check to escape it once.
Yeah. At the end of its turn, I believe.
How does
as an
grapple work?
action.
Or no, it's a strength check during its turn. Yeah.
Yeah, for the octopus tentacle, there's a DC on its attack somewhere.
16. DC 16.
Yeah, so the escape DC, it makes an athletics or acrobatics check against the DC as an action.
Okay. The Gorgon will struggle against Einstein and try to break free. So DC 16. It will fail. And with that, the hobgoblins will go. So, since the hobgoblins are mounted, do they get to ignore the AC penalty of cover from the octopi? That's the question.
I imagine octopus are really low to the ground, so I would say yes.
Yeah, I think so. So both hobgoblins are going to fire at George with their longbows.
Okay.
Wow.
Nope.
2 misses.
Absolutely incredible. Okay, that brings us to Emmett.
Yes. There's a lot of restrainment going on, so I'll just start to try to path out of the way of some cone breaths and shoot the Gorgon that's up there. Oh, actually, the whips aren't helping much, so it won't really matter if they all get set on fire. Yeah, sorry.
Actually, quickly, I believe how the web spell works is because it's not anchored between 2 points, it goes away this round.
I think it's layering the ground. That's if like you're full in midair, which actually might
Oh,
mean I
I
can
see.
shoot the Gorgon
Okay, maybe I
over the webs,
misinterpreted it.
I guess. But anyway, 16 fire damage. Do you want me to link
Either way,
web
it's
so you
about
can
to
read
burn.
it?
Sorry, I'm going to read web fully one more time.
Yeah, it's in chat if you want it.
At the start of... Oh, webs layered over a flat surface have a depth of 5 feet. Okay, so they're still kind of fluffy.
Hmm.
Okay, yeah, all right. So you were targeting
Yeah, you're
This
right.
Gorgon,
with a 25 to hit, which hits.
16 fire damage.
Okay.
And does that set the web on fire?
Yeah, that's the other ruling we need. The webs are flammable. Any 5-foot cube of webs exposed to fire burns away, dealing damage.
I think with a 25, you're fine.
Sure.
I think if
my
you're
turn is
closer to
finished.
their AC target, it's gonna catch on fire.
Makes sense. Go ahead, boss.
So I use a Channel Divinity Sacred Weapon.
Ooh. Okay, when you take this oath, you gain the following 2 Channel Divinity options. You can imbue one weapon that you are holding with positive energy using your Channel Divinity. For 1 minute, you add your Charisma modifier to attack rolls. Weapon also emits bright light in a 20-foot radius and dim light 20 feet beyond that. If the weapon is not already magical, it becomes magical. Okay, so it just you add charisma. Okay, so that will last for a minute. So that round 5.
You don't get to attack, by the way, Ephraim.
Oh.
You've used your action to
Well,
make this
To
happen.
channel divinity. Okay.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
an action.
Anything else from you, Boff?
I believe I'll stand right here.
Okay. All right. The crowd continues to cheer, although many are booing. The camera cuts to some goblins like, "What's this web shit? Can they do that? Are you kidding me? Like, that's bullshit!" And the camera cuts back to George.
I think that George, nestles up between these octopi of his and keeps focus firing the weakest Gorgon, one closest to Boff and Copernicus. First with his Arcane Archer attack, or Starry Archer attack.
Okay. A 13 on the Gorgon fails.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. They're restrained. A 26 hits.
Oh, yeah.
Which means... Oh, yeah. Yes.
Is there a way to roll the advantage damage? All right.
You did. That's
okay.
That's the +2 there.
I see.
Okay. Wow. 13. Oof.
I'll toll the dead. The same Gorgon.
Okay. Pass. Critically pass.
Wow. Yeah, muttered to myself about that wisdom save and sulk in the corner.
All right, the octopi.
Yes. Copernicus will lash out at the one in front of him. Nope. That 20's a bit laggy.
A 20 hits.
Boy.
13.
The Gorgon just drops and just kind of spreads its self out over the webs that it is stuck in, and the hobgoblin looks around confused and concerned.
Yeah. I guess then Einstein makes an attack at the other Gorgon.
Yep. A miss.
Yes.
Okay.
And my turn.
All right, Marty.
All right, Marty will, I think, stay right here, and the Gorgon is restrained, so I'm going to fire 2 Eldritch Blasts at him.
Okay.
We have a 23 and a 17
One hit.
for 2 force damage. And I think I will give a Bardic Inspiration die to Doc with my bonus action.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
All right. The Gorgon that is restrained is going to fire off its Petrify Breath in a 30-foot cone, like so. Oops. Let me grab the measuring tool. Why is this not working? There we go. Like that. So can I have everyone but Boff make con saves?
Oops, no +3, but it doesn't matter.
Whew. Pass.
Oh no.
Okay, I think Copernicus
Copernicus, no!
Yep.
is like his 4th
Copernicus is always the line, yeah.
nearly petrification. Wow.
Guys, we better clear this floor, because I don't think we're ever going to roll this good again on this many petrification saves.
This hobgoblin is gonna fire at George. Oops. With George has +2 AC, because the hobgoblin is now lower. A 19 against you, George,
That hits.
for 5
With
damage.
+2 AC.
Yeah, that still hits with +2.
Ah, sure.
Yeah. So that just eats into my temp. Oh, select. And I'll make a con save.
Okay.
Pass.
The other hobgoblin will fire at you. No AC bonus, and it will miss.
Will miss.
Emmett.
All right, this Gorgon needs to go down still, so I'll fire another firebolt into its face and miss completely this time.
Does that set the web on fire?
No, the firebolt goes wide.
Okay.
I will, however, try to get out of the way of any future brief weapons such as that. And I think I'll even just take the attack of opportunity to get out of the way of the Gorgon as well.
All right, the Gorgon will attempt to gore you. At 12.
Great, my turn's over.
Okay, Boff.
I will try first to hit the hobgoblin next to me. There's one next to me, right?
Yeah, right here.
So I'll try to hit that one.
A 22 hits.
The 6, I suppose. I'll take another swing at it.
Okay. A 24 will do it, and it had 1 HP left, so it will die.
All right.
Splatter of guts.
Do I have any movements left?
Yeah, you've got your full movement. You
I'll
haven't
full
moved.
movement.
Yep.
All right. So I will move right here. Oh,
Okay. The goblin crowd's turn. Okay. The goblin crowd have a feature called Upset Crowd. When any visible goblin crowd is attacked or when one of the gorgons dies, the goblin crowd starts throwing junk. Okay, so let's get out our measuring tool here.
poor sportsman.
All right, so Boff, you are gonna have junk thrown at you by 1, 2, 3, 4 crowds. They all have disadvantage. 14, 6, 10, 9. Probably none of them hit.
None.
Meanwhile, down here, George, you're gonna have 1, 2, 3 throw at you, throw junk at you, and this is just like the foam fingers, their popcorn, little spiked balls, flags, all kinds of crap. 13, 11, and 9.
Won't do it.
Okay. Emmett, you're gonna have 1, 2, 3 throw at you normally.
Mm-hmm.
17, 24,
Oh.
23.
Critical jump.
And a hit. Oh boy.
Go ahead and take 14 damage.
All right. I'm
Yeah.
taking damage again. Oh no.
And you have these are out of range. You have 2 more throwing junk at you with disadvantage.
Sorry. I really need to untick
A 6 and a 10.
that. Oh, all good.
All right.
Dang.
The crowd is there's just stuff flying comically from the stands at you all. Just each token represents like a group of goblins that are all just throwing crap at you. George, your turn.
I'm actually, no, I'll stay where I am and keep pummeling this Gorgon. First, a mystical bow materializes in front of me and unleashes a bolt.
All right. A 14 will not hit the Gorgon.
Alright, I'll toll the dead the same Gorgon.
Okay. That wisdom save's doing work. You've done so much
Oh.
damage with Toll the Dead.
Yeah, none of the monsters have had good wisdom saves so far.
No, not much.
Yeah. There are not many wise monsters, to be fair.
Fair. All right. Anything else from you, George?
Nope. I think it's the octopi.
Okay.
So Copernicus is unfortunately out of range to do anything. Einstein will make a swipe at the Gorgon with his mighty tentacle reaching through the web.
Does not hit.
Does not hit. And Copernicus will try not to be turned to stone yet again.
Oh my god! The number of 13s you've rolled!
He has +1 to the save. This is...
He's the
Oh my
luckiest
gosh.
octopi.
They're always 13s.
I mean, who knows where you summoned these octopi from, and they're like, this is all dry land. Like, what the fuck are we doing here?
Praying to the god of
But
luck
they're
right
like,
now.
damn it,
yeah.
we're gonna make it home.
we're
We're gonna make it home.
gonna see the ocean again.
Yep.
It's because we named them. That's why they're still alive.
Okay. Yeah. Well, Razzle didn't make it. So I don't buy that.
Wrong team.
Right.
Wrong team.
Okay.
He was on Team Hill Valley.
All right. Is that it for the octopi?
That is it.
All right, Marty, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I think I'm going to try to take my movement. Moving through this octopi is that difficult terrain. If I try to go like right here,
Yeah.
and then skirt past him. So it's
Yeah.
going to take 10, 20, and then I'll have 10 more feet of movement, I think, right?
Yeah. And you can, well, yeah, you can go over these corpses. Really.
No, I'm gonna stick here. I know I've got goblin junk probably coming to my face, but I'm gonna stick by the wall, and I will continue to fire Eldritch Blasts at advantage at this Gorgon and try to get it down. We have a 23 and a 19. How did I do?
Those are both hits.
We're gonna give him 9 force damage.
Oh, wow. Ooh, that Eldritch Blast did a bit. You rolled a lot of 1s and 2s on those.
I've rolled a lot of 1s and 2s on damage, but I don't feel like I have a right to complain right now. So that is
Fair.
my turn.
Okay. I'm going to remove this hobgoblin who's perished. The Gorgon will attempt to recharge its breath and fail. The Gorgon repeats the dexterity saving throw at the start of its turn, or is that just the once?
I think it's every turn.
Yeah.
Well, if they're already restrained.
No, because it's, yeah. On a
Oh,
failed
yeah,
save,
so
the
then it will
creature's
be every
restrained
turn.
as long as it remains in the webs or until it breaks
Oh,
free.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Never mind.
Oh, I see.
So the Gorgon will try and break free. The Gorgon was never restrained by the web, so it is starting its turn in
Yeah.
the web again, and it does need to make the check. It passes again, but it is still restrained by Einstein, so it's going to try and break free of Einstein with a check and misses by 1, because I think you said it was 16.
16.
Yes, 16 is the save. So another win by 1 from the octopi.
All right. Hobgoblin is going to focus up and fire an attack at George with its longbow with a 15. Missing. And that is its turn. So Emmett, that brings us to you.
All right, Emmett will yell out, "Marty! The crowd seems to be getting riled up. We should get out of here." And after firing off a firebolt at the Gorgon, I'll
Miss.
add a d4 to that.
Ah, okay. Well, in that case, that's a hit.
Wow.
That's some
hit,
low
two
damage for you.
ones. Yeah.
I believe an
I'll-
8 is low.
I'll take 30 feet of movement upwards. And this seems like a good time to mention, Twitch chat's pointed out to me that apparently Toll the Dead isn't legal because it's from Xanathar, so I think
Is it
George
not?
might spontaneously take 50 damage.
Oh no. Am I gonna be one shot?
So I believe Pasha's specifically calls out that there are spells for the class.
Oh, are you allowing that, huh? Yeah, because I think it would add it to the list.
I mean, if there's any part of your party's toolkit that I'm gonna chop, that's on the chopping block, it's definitely not Toll the Dead. My sights are set elsewhere. We'll review that later.
Sure. My turn's over. Oh, actually, sorry, I'm down temp HP. I forgot completely. Let me give that back to myself.
Okay, and what's the range on that? 30 feet?
10 feet, so
10
Boff
feet.
can have it too.
You and
right.
Boff. Okay. Boff's already at 12, it looks like.
And now it's on to Boff.
All right, Boff, it's your turn.
So I walk right up to this Gorgon, and I give it a couple of swings with my bat.
Okay.
At plus 11.
At plus 11, yes. There's the divine.
But I think a 22 will hit anyway, so.
There's the.
Yeah, so a 22 will hit for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Plus your charisma, which is 3, is a 25.
Yeah.
Okay. For 12 damage, which will kill the Gorgon.
Great. So now the hobgoblin comes tumbling at my feet. And as it's rolling down off of the Gorgon, I kind of wind up with the bat. Ah.
You connect with something for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
All
and
right.
I have a swing, saying batters up.
A 17 connects, but it hits the armor and it doesn't damage him.
I believe I have the 3
That's right, it's a 20.
Yeah, that's 3.
Oh,
because
you're
it's
right. I'm
weapon.
sorry. It definitely hits and kills. It kills the hobgoblin.
I bat its head over into the stands while kind of looking around saying, "Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?"
Okay, so you shout, "Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?" And the crowd goes quiet and pauses for a second as you kill the other hobgoblin, and then they start shouting in anger. And on their turn,
That's what they paid for.
goblin crowds begin descending down from the stands.
No.
Oh,
So
no.
hard.
Okay, so
It's alright, here we go.
I'm gonna have to start rolling HP for all of these. So this one descends. Roll HP,
Oh my god.
and they fall on their ass. This one drops down. Takes some damage. This one falls down. And takes some damage. Oh boy. This one drops down. Takes some damage. And this will continue. So their action is dropping down, and I'm gonna do that for all of them throughout the rest of the round, while you all take your turns. But there are a couple that choose not to, and that is these 3 over here, right by you, George. These 3.
Yeah, they're not getting down to these octopi. Yeah.
No, I mean, there's nowhere for them to jump down to, so they're all gonna.
Oh, sure, yeah. I'm sure they're not just scared.
Yeah, they're all throwing junk at you, George. 14, a 12, and a critical hit for 8 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, that is a hit on the 24 and nothing else.
Yep.
Con save time.
Pass.
All right.
I'm fine.
Uh,
I'm fine, everybody.
and that does do HP damage.
It's fine.
Oh, not 41, 51.
All right, so all of the goblin crowds descend. And I'll give Twitch a good view of the goblins as they all jump down.
George might as well start rolling things.
And
See
actually,
this.
there's no room here for this goblin crowd. this fourth one by Marty. So they're gonna throw junk at Marty.
Yep.
With a
That's
7. Okay. All right. Oops. So I'm gonna start rolling HP for these. George, it is your turn.
How high are these stands?
15 feet, roughly.
So
if you had
roughly
to-
one octopus reach rank. Yeah. I think I'll sort of back towards the middle here and take my sights on this closest one that's on the ground and shoot an star form arrow at it.
Okay.
I believe it gets half cover from
Yeah.
the octopus.
That will
but,
hit.
Yeah. 5 damage.
Okay.
And I will toll the dead the same one.
Okay. Ooh, that group of goblins is killed.
Yeah. So that's the end of George's turn.
Okay.
And he probably says, Einstein, Copernicus, they're in the stands, get them. And then I think Copernicus lashes out at the one closest to him, and Einstein at the one to the left, nearest to George. I'll just roll them both. So that's Copernicus, that's Einstein.
Oh, so they're reaching up into the stands.
Oh, yeah. Actually, yeah. I assume they were in reach. If that's not allowed, then...
I think I'd give them disadvantage.
Okay.
Because, like, they can't really see very well up there.
I see.
But yeah,
That's fair.
Einstein will hit it for 12. So
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to do that twice.
minus 12. Okay, we're just gonna roll some HP for these. And if you see that flashing little X, that's my macro doing its work.
Yeah. And Copernicus will inch closer here, too.
Okay.
And that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Marty.
All right.
The crowds
Marty,
are descending.
They are, but from where I'm sitting, I don't think any of them are within 5 feet of me, are they?
No.
All right, then Marty is going to move his 30 feet out to here to avoid getting surrounded. He is going to jump up in the air and do a jumping power chord, and a fireball is going to come out of his loot and aim for, I believe, this spot right here. Let me double check before I commit. Yes. This spot right here, which should give a 20-foot radius to all 7 of those goblin crowds towards the top.
Let's get some damage.
Yep, all
Exciting.
of these. Cool.
30.
Oh.
30 damage. Okay, let's see. Can any of these survive? Okay, so if they take half by passing, they die. They die. They die. They die. They die. Okay, so we have 2 that could survive.
DC 14 on the save. We have a pass, and a pass.
And a pass. Okay, so they take 15 damage. Woof.
And that'll be my turn.
Actually, this one on the top, I hadn't given them their fall damage yet, so they're dead.
Okay.
All right. And I have a few more I need to roll damage, fall damage for. Up here. Anything else, Marty?
Nope, that's all I can do.
Okay. Emmett.
So can I climb over the Gorgon's corpse as difficult terrain?
I think I've established corpses are fair game. If
Okay,
we start
cool.
getting like a
Well-
massive pile, like this particular square down here, this is going to be difficult terrain. I mean, there's also
yeah.
a web there, so...
Lots and lots of
yeah.
difficult terrain.
Uh-huh.
Speaking of the web, actually, I think I'm gonna get rid of it. 'Cause I'm gonna run down to there and cast a different concentration spell, Tasha's Caustic Brew.
Okay, Tasha's Caustic Brew. I have not seen this spell before.
Yes. So
You want to read it for us?
The stream of acid comes out from like a contraption that Doc Brown has built in this 30-foot line, sort of like this, passing through these three goblin crowds, and they have to succeed on Dex saving throws, or else this acid will just cover them, and at the start of each of their turns, they'll take damage.
Okay. The three to your left.
Yep.
Okay. Dex saves. What's the DC? 15.
15.
Left to right. Pass, fail, fail. And how much damage? 2d4?
Nothing now,
At
but
the
when
start
they
of their
start their
turn.
turn, yeah.
Okay. So they are acidified.
And I guess
Acidified.
I'll call out, I have these ones, boss. You go get some of the others down that way. And I'll end my turn.
Okay. Boff.
Boff will get close to these goblins and take a swing at the one south of them.
Okay.
Boom.
Oh, a 23 will hit for 12. You just like totally just smack 2 or 3 of the goblins in this crowd, but there are several others that stand there.
Takes
Horrified.
another swing.
Okay. 15 will hit, and that will disperse and dispatch of the remaining goblins in this crowd, I'm sure.
Awesome.
Yep. Okay. Any other movement from you or bonus actions?
Movement, I will move back slightly. Try to get close, halfway between Marty and Emmett.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. The goblin crowd's turn.
So, setting a precedent, would you like to roll a 2d4 individually for these two, or all at once?
Yeah, why don't you roll me 2d4 for the left and then the right?
Sure. Oh, well,
Left dies,
close.
right does not.
Oh yeah, and I guess I forgot to say this. Something, it doesn't matter who, it can be themselves or a different goblin crowd can use an action to scrape off the acid.
Okay. I see. Okay. The goblin crowds here. This one that has the acid on it. Why does it keep playing the same song in this playlist? I'm gonna play a different song here. This goblin crowd here with the acid, they're gonna use the help action for the goblin crowd to the right of you, Emmett. And when they throw junk, they're gonna have advantage, but it's a ranged attack. So it cancels out. So they're rolling normally with a 9. This goblin crowd will step up over here on the right side and they'll throw junk at you for a 21.
I think I'll use shield to
Okay.
make that a miss.
Okay. Your AC increases to 23.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's just go around counterclockwise with all these goblins. So this goblin crowd's gonna run up. This goblin crowd is going to run up. This goblin crowd is gonna run up. This crowd's gonna think about it and take a step back with its remaining movement. And this crowd has a little bit more movement. It's gonna go here. This crowd is going to come here. And okay, so these 3 that just moved in this line down here, they're all gonna throw junk at Boff. 6, a 13, and a 17. Probably all miss because you have 21 AC. This goblin crowd is gonna throw junk at Marty with disadvantage. Oh,
Nope.
9. These goblin crowds are gonna come down here. Oh boy, this one's gonna dash. Get here. And then think about it and move one more with its remaining movement. These two crowds over here are going to throw junk at Marty, I believe with disadvantage. Yeah. An 11 and a 15.
15 will hit.
Oh, yes. For 1 damage. Get it.
Getting through that temp HP.
Yeah. Yeah. This crowd will come over here and move. Yeah, they're gonna move into melee range and throw junk at George. And I'm gonna wonder why my boss music's not playing. There we go. So this is gonna have disadvantage because they're in melee range. Miss. This crowd's gonna jump down here and take damage for falling. The 3 crowds above you, George, are gonna throw junk at you. 20, 18, and 18.
All of them hit.
Yes, this is it.
Ooh.
This is it.
Oh no. I have no temp HP left.
Take 10 damage and give me 3 con saves. This is it. This is it.
I've got a pretty good con save, so we'll see.
Oh.
Neil, this is not a good idea.
Yeah. And if yeah. I don't even have to use my D4.
Drop concentration voluntarily. Go on.
Okay, so we still have
I could summon some new octopus.
we still have these goblin crowds up here, these 5 crowds. This one is going to move here, and then throw junk at Marty with a 14.
No, 15 AC.
Oh. This crowd's gonna move here and throw junk at Marty. 18
That'll hit.
for 5. And these crowds are just gonna move in. This one will throw junk at Copernicus with disadvantage. An 18 will still hit, I think.
Yep. 11 AC.
For 4 damage. This one will move here and throw at Copernicus. I think it can still do that with disadvantage. Natural 1. So they hit this other goblin crowd in the back of the head for 1 damage. And then this goblin crowd is gonna dash. Hit here. Okay. The crowds descend and charge the field, throwing everything they can at you all. George, what do you do?
All right. I will. So I'll move up a little bit, and I will use my my Star Archer feature to use my bonus action to attack this goblin crowd.
All right.
Let me get it up.
You said
16 to hit.
I think you said this one. Or was it this
Sorry.
one?
The one, yes, yeah, the one right in front of me.
Okay. 16 will hit.
For 9.
All right.
And then I will Toll the Dead the same goblin.
Okay. Pass.
Nice. Okay. Good job, goblin crowd.
All right.
Um.
Any movement?
I will move into melee range with the goblin. I trust my octopi.
Okay. And it's their turn.
And Copernicus will make a swipe. Actually, Einstein will make the swipe first. At the goblin crowd in front of me.
That will hit.
9 bludgeoning.
They die.
You will start to skirt forward. Copernicus will take aim at this goblin crowd
Okay.
closest to Marty. Wrapping his tentacles around him
That'll
for
hit.
23. Nice. 13 damage.
And the tentacle wraps around them all and just crushes them all together.
Oh my gosh. What an octopus.
What a hit. Any movement for him?
And, no. We'll stay in place.
All right. Marty.
All right, I think Marty is going to move down here by Boff, which will provoke an attack of opportunity from that goblin crowd that was right next to me.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens? Okay. Well, in that case...
Not melee, unfortunately.
Yep. In that case, I feel safe to... Let's see here. I think I will throw some Eldritch Blasts, and I think I will aim at this crowd right here, because I think I can kill them. 2 of them coming in.
Okay, you're firing at disadvantage.
That's fine. I will take the
20 will hit.
For 8 force damage.
Oh, okay, they die.
And that is my turn.
All right, Dr. Brown.
All right, this goblin crowd over there, they're getting poisonous sprays sprayed all throughout them. DC 15 or 20 damage.
20, my god.
Fail. They just melt.
And I'll step over here so I can give my temp HP to these 2 here. So 9 if they need it.
Okay.
And he'll shout, I think they might be spinning down. We have this. Done.
All right, Boff.
I will come up here just a little bit. And strike these 2 above me. I'll do the one directly above me first.
Okay. $27 hits. And they die.
All right, next one.
17. That is a hit. I have a feeling they... Oh, okay. They're still in it. All right. Any additional movement or bonus actions?
I will move down a bit. Right.
Okay. All right. At the beginning of the goblin crowd's turn, south of Emmett, they take 8 maximum damage and perish.
That's messy.
Ugh, woof. Let's start with the 3 goblin crowds that are gonna throw from above and attack George with throw junk. A critical hit and a 16.
16 and the crit both hit.
All right, take 9, take 13 damage.
All right. Need a half and 2 con saves.
Yes! Yes!
I do have a D4. I do have a
bad
D4.
news.
Oh no!
That is a 10, but I think that's enough. By the power of peace, Octopi, you still have your jobs to do.
Hold on. Oh, you are not within 30 feet of another member that is peace. So you,
oh my
you
god,
do not
you're right,
get
you're right.
Wow.
I do not
He's
get it.
the source though, right? So none of us get it, I think.
I actually think the DM's right here. I think
really?
I don't get it.
Well, time to look.
You only have to be within 30 feet of one of the other people you have the bond with.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I think it doesn't apply. I'll ping it just to.
Forgot about that.
Yep. I lose my
play.
concentration.
Get out of here, octopi.
No, Einstein, Copernicus, not again.
Oh, it finally happened.
Next turn, casts again. Okay. With that cleared out of the way, this goblin crowd is going to move here and throw junk at you with a 16 to hit.
That hits.
Take 3 more damage. And they're going to move into melee with you. This crowd is going to move here, and throw junk at you, George, with a critical hit.
Oh my gosh.
Takes 7 bludgeoning damage. This crowd will come here and also throw junk at you, but they have disadvantage. And they miss. This crowd is going to come and throw junk at you, George, with disadvantage, and they're also going to critically miss.
Oh, it was exactly the same.
Okay. This crowd is going to come here and throw junk with disadvantage at... with normal against George, but you have +2 AC. 14. Nope. This one's going to come here and throw junk at Boff with a 7. And then these 3 are all going to target Marty with throw junk normally. 16, 7, and 12.
16 will hit.
For 4. And then this crowd is going to come here and throw junk at George with disadvantage. For 11. Okay. I believe that's the whole crowd, unless did this one go over here on the right?
I don't believe they did.
Okay. Then they will throw junk at Emmett. With a 22.
Ouch.
For 4.
Okay.
Okay. Marty McFireball.
Wait, was I going or was that?
George got skipped, I think.
Did I skip George?
I believe I'm after that goblin crowd.
Absolutely. Here, let
Which would have
me
been very bad.
go to George real quick. And I'll turn back the round timer to 79. Okay.
Okay, in sort of a groan of pain, we'll yell out, I'm no good at confrontation. These goblin crowds, they're beating me. And I will walk away, or begin to walk away. No, I guess so I'll get to here. And I think I take an attack of opportunity if he has a melee weapon. From this goblin crowd.
The goblin crowd does not have melee weapons. Weapons are not allowed in the Colosseum.
Of course.
Other than the contenders, of course.
I have to either dash or summon octopi. I think it's probably dash. I'm dashing. I'm getting away. I'm gonna hide next to the artificer. I bravely run away, and I end my turn.
Okay. Marty.
All right, I think Marty sees the danger in getting overwhelmed and decides it's time for one more fireball, and I'm gonna put it right there, I think.
Okay.
See where I drew that? And I think, yep, that's the spot. Should be able to hit this guy up here and I don't think it'll hit the one in the stands.
Technically, spheres are
trigonometry.
cubes unless you house rule it, but up to Apollo.
I'm gonna give them advantage on their save.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Here it comes. Low damage on this
Ooh,
one.
Okay, so let me look at the, if they got half, that would be 11. So they're dead. And that's it. Okay. So let's start with the one up in the crowd stand still. They have advantage. They pass. So they take 11. And then let's go from left to right here. They fail and die. They pass and take 11. So they're dead. They take 11. We'll do this one right here next. Dex save. They fail. They're very low. The one below them passes and is also very low. And then the one remaining one. No, fails.
That's a fail.
And dies.
And this one's in range.
Yep.
Oh, it is. That one dies.
Okay. And then with my movement, I will take 1 5-foot step closer to Doc. And it's Doc's turn.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, Doc Brown.
All right. I suppose I will finally make use of my healer feat and pull out a healing kit so that I can restore on D6 plus 10 in total. It is health to George Octobeard.
Nice.
And then I'll also just shuffle over to there so I can spread some more love around with 10 HP.
Okay. So I'm gonna note that on Marty's character sheet, I'm just gonna put it in the general notes that you have received healer feat.
Sorry, that was George.
That was George.
Oh, I'm sorry, George.
And max temp HP, everyone, again. I'm finished.
Okay. Boff.
Boff will walk up to this. Is the one to the direct west of me? Is he still alive? I don't see an X.
So this one, this one, this one, this one are all still alive. This one and this one are alive as well. Oh,
Okay.
I'm sorry. These 4 are alive as well.
Okay.
And the 2 down here.
Yeah, and those 2.
So I will stay right here and get to swinging.
Okay. Fun fact, this goblin group has 1 HP, and they are now dead.
Perfect.
I find that
and
very
then,
fun.
and just to be super clear, I'm going to move this for a second and move this dead one out of the way. There
All
you
right,
go.
great. Swing to the one up top.
Yep. They critically are crushed and lose their 1 remaining HP.
I start to scream at the remaining ones in the crowd, saying, "You guys are so weak. You guys have brought nothing here. We will destroy you all. Butcher, Sandman, everyone. We are the butchers. We are the Sandman." And yeah, just riling them up even more, because why not?
Okay. With that said, this goblin crowd to the far left is gonna jump down, take some damage.
Oh, good, he's alive.
Oh, sorry, that was too much. This one will jump down and take some damage. And they'll be super injured. This one will jump down, take some damage. And And that's their action. And then, meanwhile, the 4 over here. Gonna move a little bit and reposition. And all 4 of them are gonna throw junk at George.
Emma, did you use your temp HP or not?
Yeah, you should have 12.
Okay.
2 crits and an 18.
Everything but the 10 hits.
Get
7.
7, 10, 16 damage.
16 damage. So all my temp and -4.
Woo! And then there's one other crowd up here. What are they doing? They're not going to do anything against Boff. So,
They can try.
you know what? I just rolled 2 crits. They can try. I'm going to throw junk at Boff. And miss. Okay, George.
I will, summon my star bow and make a ranged spell attack against this goblin crowd, using my bonus action.
Okay. Oh my god. And which one were you targeting?
Oh, this injured one.
Okay. Yeah, they're dead. They dead.
Damage. Oh, that was a minimum roll.
All right.
Oh no, not quite. Then action. I'll toll the dead. This crowd.
Okay. They pass.
Ooh, good job, crowd. Then I will start making my way back towards the paladin.
Okay. And we will pass to Marty.
All right, I think Marty is going to fire one Eldritch Blast here at
Okay.
the top one.
Uh-huh.
Roll it real fast.
Believe.
20
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
for 2 force damage. Are they alive?
That's how much HP they had.
All right. I guess I probably should have declared that I was going to fire one at them and one at someone else before I rolled. I think I have to do that for Eldritch Blast. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, you do need to declare both at the start.
Okay. Am I rolling both of them at the first one then, or do I get another target? Because I was going to target this guy. That's your call.
That's fine.
Okay. 13
is a hit.
for 10 force
Ooh,
damage.
they're dead.
And then I'm
Okay.
gonna step right over there, in between Doc and George, and that's my turn.
All right. Emmett.
Okay, this goblin crowd, setting fire to them. Blasts of fire still coming out of this contraption.
The northmost one.
Yes, the northmost. 23 damage.
They light up on fire. Their jerseys just immolating, and
All right.
and they scream and writhe.
I think I will continue bursting out some temp HP, much less this time, but will heroically charge at these goblins to try to protect George. He can stay cowering behind us, as he is wont to do.
All right. Boff.
I will run to, or walk, I should say, to the 2 ones that are still alive. Down here.
Okay.
Yes, I fit in my space and start swinging.
Okay.
As I love to do.
Which one are you attacking first?
Should be the most injured one.
Okay.
I don't see health bars, but we'll just say most injured one.
Yeah, it's a little difficult right now.
It'll be 21, I believe.
That will kill them. They had 1 HP.
Perfect. Next guy. 25. Let's see.
25 plus your 3
Yeah.
will hit.
Yeah.
for 9, and they will die. Okay. And that.
Look,
Oh,
if
yep.
I have one more, I'll spend one more 5. There we go.
There you go. Okay. We have 2 remaining goblin crowds. The one closest to you, Emmett. Oh god, you have temp HP. They will use the help action for the other goblin crowd, who will throw junk at you with advantage and critically hit you for 10 damage. Not even all of your temp HP.
Oof.
And that will bring us to George.
I'm gonna rinse and repeat. I'll take sights at this goblin crowd. Bonus action, shoot my great ethereal bow of starry light.
Yeah. A 9 will...
I will add a d4.
Okay.
Which is still an 11.
Miss.
Alright, sails wide. I will toll the dead, the same goblins, for daring to dodge my bolt.
All right. DC 14 wisdom save. They fail and take 10 damage, and they cannot pay the toll. All right.
I'll back up a little bit, but...
All right. And that brings us to Marty.
All right, strumming the sweet chords of Johnny Be Good, I will fire 2 more Eldritch Blasts at the Goblin crowd to the south. 19 and a 23.
Both hit.
For a total of 15 force damage.
They had just 1 less than that. And that will dispatch of the crowd, which no longer chants and cheers.
I will yell over to George. George, I think Doc has a bunch of healing potions. You may want to sneak over there and see if he'll give you some. And then I will take my 30 feet of movement up to here.
Okay. So let's talk about what the rest of what you see in this room.
Mm-hmm.
To the north is a large wooden double door, not quite as large as the metal ones. This one seems very plain, but it appears to be the only other door besides the other metal door that was across from the one you entered. There are no runes on either door.
Interesting.
All right. Emmett.
Yeah, Marty, I think you're right. This is some heavy stuff. Look at all of these little goblinoids we've slaughtered. Now, if this isn't going to cause a time anomaly, I don't know what is, even if we're not in our own universe.
Great Scott, Doc. I don't even understand it anymore.
They'll start traversing over here and pulling out various health potions that I've found in chests, preparing them for George to take.
All right. Emmett.
That was...
Or, I'm sorry, Boff.
I look towards the one across from us, the door, and say, you think there's more of those stone-breathing animals on the outside too? Or maybe it's filled with loot and money and everything we can possibly desire? And that's my question to the team.
I will answer on my turn.
Unless you want to just freeform this from now.
Yeah, I mean...
That's up to Apollo.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, go ahead and narratively describe what it is you're doing.
Okay.
Sorry, what was the question again?
I will respond to Boff and say, no, I don't think I'm going to go that way. That seems to be the Sandman way. I think we should go up. I think we clear this arena, and that's the path that we get.
Yes,
Well,
I took the DeLorean's not too far away.
I took some mighty blows to the head, but my strategic reasoning, I think it's still totally intact, and I think the quickest way to scout out this area is to send one person back where we came, one person to the right, and one person up, and that way we get all the ground covered.
Well, without those symbols, the doors might not open.
That's true. Oh, I glanced back at the door we came from. Does it have symbols on the outside?
No, there are no runes on any
Yeah.
of the doors.
Buff, maybe if you
Or
could
maybe we could
try
just
climbing
continue.
up into the stand.
Yes.
I'm quite interested where all these staircases go.
That sounds actually very interesting. And I walk to a wall, and I start to see if I can scramble up it.
The stone is quite smooth. You can make an attempt, but it looks damn near impossible to even get like a footing.
Hmm.
You'd probably have to be someone with the name Grimes to climb this.
Well, what check should I make? Should I make acrobatics, athletics?
I think athletics is appropriate.
Is that nowhere near?
You
Yeah.
managed to gain a perch, maybe another, but
Yeah.
there's just so few holds that you're not gonna be able to climb this.
I look back to my team saying, I don't think it's possible. I mean, possibly for a better man than I, but I am not that man. And probably we can take the cover all grounds route and split up. But I think would be an invitation to death. I think we should.
Yeah,
you know, I think
likely
I'm-
the same on either
I think I'm coming
side.
to my senses.
Yes.
Maybe, maybe we just go ahead.
Yeah, that's perfect.
But George, here, do take all these. I'll hand him all 5 of my healing potions and say, take as many as you think is necessary.
Oh, certainly. And I heartily down a healing potion, which is what? It's 2d4 plus something.
2.
2d4
2d4
plus 2.
2. I'll just roll that manually. I'll down a second.
And I guess we'll
Okay,
just
14.
generally traverse up towards the other door.
Okay. So you've consumed 2 of the 3 healing potions that you picked up, and I believe you brought some with you as well.
Yeah, I had 2, so I just handed it.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I had 1. So I think as a group we had 3 going in.
You had 4. I have 1 too.
Oh my god.
4, okay. Then yeah. I'll only drink the 2.
Okay, so some rounds will have passed.
Hey Doc, you want to tag that protector one more time for our friends? Whatever
Yeah,
contraption you
sure.
have.
Everyone group around.
Team
9,
huddle.
if you don't have it.
Right.
All right.
And then, I don't know, is there a latch on this door?
There is a latch, 2 large handles and a latch. Boff, your sacred weapon.
Yeah.
The effect ends.
Sounds good.
Well, I will see if this one opens regularly then.
The door opens, revealing a stairwell that leads up, despite what this art asset appears to display.
An ascending
Optical illusion.
staircase. Wow. I think we might have gone through a complete what do they call a flat of these things?
Time vortex.
Yes,
Up to the
yes.
next level.
We're an open area, or is this a closed-off arena?
What
on
do you
the top?
What do you mean? Oh,
Can I like see the sky?
No.
Yeah. Cool.
Is there a uniform light permeating the arena then?
There is a ton of torches. I don't know if it's
Okay.
completely uniform, but there is a lot of light here. I mean, you can see all
Okay.
the torches
I
that are
see,
all
I see.
around, and they are all the same as the ones you've seen before.
A meta question.
Sure.
Let's say that we walk through and we're transported to another floor. Would it be best would that consider like a rest, or would that consider nothing? Or should we kind of maybe rest before we do that? Like, I don't know mechanically how that would work.
I'm going to stick with the mantra, play to find out what happens.
Sure.
None of us need a rest too bad anyway, so I think
don't think
we
so.
just proceed.
we
Yeah,
go
I
up
think
the
short
stairs.
rest doesn't do much. It's only
Onwards
long
and
rest,
upwards.
and that's yeah.
Yep.
To
All right.
infinity and beyond. Is that
Yeah. Follow your heart.
Yes. Guys, we did it all.
roads
you
where
know?
we're going? We don't need roads.
We don't need
And on
money.
that note, I think we all go up the stairs.
Okay.
Hand in hand.
The stairwell is long. It is pitch black, but you have a shield with a light cantrip on it to light your way. And far, far up in the distance, you can see a tiny light.
Is it the DeLorean?
Perhaps.
Hmm.
As you walk up the stairs, you feel a thickness in the air. The hallway is just plain stone, the same stone you've seen on the walls the whole way. Nothing changes. You might look around, there's nothing there that is different. There's no mechanisms, no traps. You might move cautiously, but the air gets thicker and thicker and thicker until you reach about the halfway point, at which point all effects that are time-based or have a time duration end. Spells, class features, whatever. They all end.
Okay.
So
Lifetimes.
I believe the bond ends.
The Eldritch Cannon goes away.
Oh, is
the
the
bond
Eldritch
ends.
Cannon based in does it have a duration?
Yep, I think I only have it for an hour.
Okay.
Our power of
We can
love
double
never
check
ends.
all of this
Never ends.
before we return next week to this group, should you all be able to make the time again.
Oh,
But you all have cleared the first floor of Deadly Dungeon. Congratulations. Well done. Your group composition was actually really solid for the floor and path that you took. And you rolled really well. So congratulations.
Thank
MVP,
you.
Einstein, Copernicus, Constitution saving throws.
You did very
Really?
well.
Honest to
So many
God.
Constitution saves.
Einstein
I think I must have made like
Wow.
50 Constitution saves. Okay, maybe 25.
So the air begins to lighten and become normal again, and you all reach a new room with more bookshelves.
Yes.
And that is where we're going to leave it. We'll see you all next week, this time 7 p.m. Pacific for Deadly Dungeon. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye,
Thanks,
everybody.
everyone.
Goodbye.
Thanks, Apollo. Great job.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
awesome.
thanks a lot.
Oh, can we do one real quick,
Oh,
quick
yeah.
shout out to
Any-
OldMighty
Yes.
for all the
Yes.
work he did
Yes.
on overlays?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
We
yeah.
have
They looked really nice.
all of our overlays and videos were prepared by OldMighty. We have an outro video that will thank everyone who has helped contribute to this. So thank you, everyone. Thank you to our players. Thank you to Neil for hosting us. Thank you to OldMighty for all of the art assets. Everyone, have a great night.